Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So I published this video yesterday afternoon. Is it time to sell my Cardano ADA for Ripple XRP? It was interesting because I got a lot of responses saying, Cardano, no. Cardano's going to go so much higher. It's going to go to double digits. We are going to see Cardano moon even more during this altcoin bull run. And Cardano has already been doing quite well. And by no means do I dislike Cardano. I just think because of the numbers, because of what we've seen already, because Cardano is one of those cryptocurrencies that have already reached and moved beyond their all-time high, I don't think there's too much left in Cardano. I mean, I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong for your sake. I mean, I do not hold Cardano, but it has rallied almost 1,500%, 14,363%, at least at the time of this recording, where it's sitting right now at about $1.65. So it did reach a high, almost $3, but we already have seen these types of gains on Cardano. And if you watched that video yesterday, I'll link it up here if you guys didn't catch it. And if you're interested in that, if you do hold Cardano and maybe looking to rotate, comparatively, XRP has only risen about 900%. So we did see a bit of a down day yesterday. XRP right now trading at about $1.13.3. So the market is turning a bit, as I've said. And let's bring up Bitcoin real quick here. On the daily, Bitcoin trading at 47,400. We are seeing right here, right, this turnaround right here, mini turnaround, nothing to get too worried about as of yet. But I'm still eyeing 54,000 here at the 0.702. It's interesting though, the blockchain backer taking this measurement from the most recent downturn. Of course, this would make it appear that the trend has already reached that 0.702 and now retracing back down to the 0.618. But again, guys, these are just all small movements right now. We really haven't seen much being taken off the table for Bitcoin or other altcoins. All these cryptocurrencies are just moving in tandem at this moment in time. And, again, we also have to pay attention to volume, right? Remember what was going on when we were seeing this rally up to the inter-year high for XRP, $1.96. We were seeing volume really kind of get off the ground, really kind of rise. Now we're seeing lower volume here, and even for this rally that we're currently seeing right now, we're seeing lower volume here, so nothing compared to what we were seeing back in April and May. Lower volume, yet we are still seeing that price appreciation. Not a lot of sellers, but a lot of buyers, and so now I guess some sellers taking profits off the table. We're going to keep an eye on it, of course. This from CoinDesk. Cryptocurrency market will more than triple, I think they mean to say, by the year 2030. Now, this is coming from a study by the Allied Market Research Project. And here's what they had to say. The global cryptocurrency market will hit $4.94 billion by the year 2030. More than triple its estimated size of $1.49 billion in 2020, according to a new study. The report by Allied Market Research published Tuesday projects a compound annual growth rate of 12.8% between 2021 and 2030. The main drivers, guys. Now, they're talking about the cryptocurrency market here. Let me reiterate. And what they are also saying here is that the main drivers will be increased demand for international remittances and more transparency in global payment systems. This coming from Allied Market. Now, there are a lot of cryptocurrencies in the space, let me remind you. Now, over 11,000 cryptocurrencies that exist. And what they are saying is that the crypto market is going to be fueled by cross-border remittance payments and transparency in the global payment system. Let me say it again. The main drivers will be increased demand for international remittances and more transparency in global payment systems. So there are only a handful of cryptocurrencies that we know deal with this. One of them, Ripple's XRP, the one that I know a lot of you guys are hodling. So more than 2/3 of the industry's 2020 size was attributed to the mining segment, which is expected to retain its position of dominance through to 2030. However, the transaction segment will see the fastest growth. So the transaction segment, moving money to and from. Cross-border remittances, as this one example states here. Allied Market forecasts that the Asia-Pacific crypto industry will be the fastest growing due to increased competition from a growing number of exchanges. The report largely echoes a recent report, and so this last little bit just talks about how it is echoing another report that was put out. But I found that interesting. The driving force in this coming decade is going to be the remittance market, cross-border transactions, global payments worldwide. This is what's going to drive the rate of cryptocurrency adoptions. And so I have a feeling that, all those payment coins, the one I'm most interested in, XRP, we're going to start to see those guys at the top of the list here, okay? And, one of them might even overtake Bitcoin one day. Even if it doesn't, I'm sure we will see XRP and a handful of others, number 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth, just because, if this market is going to be growing throughout the next decade and it's going to be driven by these utility coins, well, it's only logical. Let me continue, guys. This from the VeChain Foundation. Enterprise-grade blockchain solution provider VeChain creates new SaaS product for China's digital carbon emissions market. So speaking of coins with real-world utility, VeChain is another one that I'm super, super bullish on. Just real quick, I haven't taken a look at the VeChain chart for a while here. Let me take that off here. VeChain chart here, just basically looking similar to what we have been seeing thus far for the rest of the cryptocurrency space, just kind of hovering below the 0.382. But again, just another retracement. Everybody did see those highs back in April, and it is no surprise that a lot of these cryptocurrencies have been cooling off. Let me continue with this, though. The increasing impact of greenhouse gases on the atmosphere and their perturbation of the climatic order are necessitating a major overhaul of how humans emit waste gases. All countries and industries now face tough targets for reducing atmospheric pollution. China is arguably facing the greatest challenge of all time, having vowed to reach net zero emissions by the year 2060, with carbon emissions peaking no later than 2030. And so how does VeChain make its way into all this? Well, they have a new digital carbon footprint SaaS service. It's powerful, rapidly deployable, enabling enterprises of all sizes to re-engineer their carbon footprint data management practices. This new offering is also the first of its kind to benefit from the combination of decentralized ledger technology and an SaaS business model. So just to reiterate, VeChain here, another cryptocurrency, another project that solves a problem, that has a real world solution. These are going to be the coins that are going to have value. And now looking at carbon emissions, climate change, this is a big topic that is not only a very environmentally friendly initiative that obviously the world needs at this moment in time, but also one of the mandates of the World Economic Forum. Now, the World Economic Forum has not mentioned VeChain specifically in any of their papers, any of their documents, but it is good to see VeChain now in the business of tracking these emission gases. So interesting to see that. Going to keep going, guys, from BondCrypt XRP. So this has to do with Thailand's SEC. They have proposed new rules for digital asset custodians. The Security and Exchange Commission of Thailand continues introducing new regulations for the cryptocurrency industry, citing investor protection concerns. On Wednesday, the Thai SEC proposed a set of additional regulations related to custody of investors' currency holdings, or rather cryptocurrency holdings, held by digital asset business operators. The newly proposed rules refer to custody of fiat money for digital asset accounts, as well as cryptocurrency lending or earning interest on crypto holdings. So it's interesting down here, the new rules also propose a new framework for the withdrawal and transfer of fiat money from digital asset accounts, requiring compliance with the principles of decentralized approve authority, multi-sign approval authority, and check and balance. According to the regulator, the rules would strengthen investor protection and the reliability of crypto service providers, ensuring that records of investors' holdings are accurate and updated. And it sounds as though they are not taking a page out of the American SEC's rule book, because down here they say the SEC is now accepting public comments on newly proposed regulations until September 22nd. The regulator did not immediately respond to Cointelegraph's request for a comment. However, they are looking for the Thai people to comment, to perhaps give some recommendations on what they're doing, on if they could do better. Maybe something the US SEC should be making note of, considering where we're at with the Ripple and XRP case, which I'm going to touch on a little later. First, I wanted to just mention this, guys, from Wrath of Kahneman, another Ripple partner on the move today. 2C2P, a global payment platform, announced a new partnership with a trade association for the world's airline, IATA, and they will incorporate 2C2P into their payment gateway. So here is the article describing that. The partnership will facilitate the integration of 2C2P's payment gateway into IATA's financial gateway to give airlines all over the world, particularly those outside of Asia, increased payment reach to help to bolster operational efficiency amidst the aviation industry's gradual recovery to pre-pandemic levels. So we got to remember, aviation industry really got hit hard. Obviously, travel did get halted during this pandemic. And so this is, I guess, another way to integrate payments so that there is less friction there. So some examples here. They'll now have increased access to popular regional and local payment methods from Asia, including mobile wallets, QR codes, direct debit, and other alternative payment methods. The move would open up a sea of opportunity for airlines all over the world to further penetrate the Asian market, given that Asia, the world's most cash-reliant region, is embracing digital payments like e-wallets and QR-enabled solutions amidst the pandemic. So another Ripple company now integrating with this IATA to boost the aviation industry and the payments that occur there. Another note here, guys, from Wrath of Kahneman in April, 2C2P partnered with Indonesian Brankas, opening their direct debit ability to a number of banks as well, including the Bank of Central Asia, the Bank Mandiri, Bank Negara Indonesia, and Bank Rakyat. So just another article demonstrating that. And significantly, in December, they also partnered with Nium for real-time remittances between Singapore and Thailand. We also know Nium is a Ripple partner, along with 2C2P. So 2 Ripple partners partnering up there. Haven't really heard too much about the 2C2P partnerships. We're kind of getting these a little late, but it's great. Wrath of Kahneman updating us with this tweet thread. I will link this thread in the description if you guys are interested. And then there's this, guys, James K. Fillon here on Twitter. Update with the Ripple case, and I know some of you might not think this is great news, and I know, it's been a bit of a blow. So the SEC versus Ripple parties move jointly for brief extension of fact discovery deadline to take Garlinghouse and Larson's depositions and to extend expert discovery deadline until November 12, 2021. So again, extensions. This is a common tactic used by lawyers trying to, extend, really kind of lengthen out this lawsuit as long as they can. Ian down here asking, James, do we know who is deposing them? Can their own team do it for evidence, or is it the SEC? If it's the SEC, wouldn't Ripple just say, too late, buddy? It feels like Ripple are already holding enough ammo to move forward. And James K. Fillon responding here, we don't know who is sick or which team that attorney is on. It's purposefully drafted so we can't tell if it's a Ripple side lawyer or an SEC side lawyer, so it's a professional courtesy. While this is a battle, the lawyers are still professional with one another. So apparently, one of the lawyers has fallen ill here. Let me just go over this. Right down here, depositions after the fact discovery deadline. So fact discovery currently is scheduled to close on August 31st. However, due to the unexpected illness of an attorney for one of the parties who was integral to the Larson deposition and the intervening vacation schedules of other attorneys, the parties will not be able to reasonably complete the previously scheduled depositions of Garlinghouse and Larson before August 31st. Accordingly, the parties respectfully request that the court, for good cause shown, allow them to conduct 2 depositions after the close of fact discovery on September 14th and September 20th, 2021. This is the parties' first request to conduct depositions beyond the close of fact discovery. So somebody has fallen ill, also taking into consideration vacation schedules of some of these lawyers as well. James K. Fillon here also giving a little bit more information here. Garlinghouse's and Larson's motions to dismiss are pending before the court. The parties are still conducting fact discovery. 2 motions to compel are pending before Magistrate Judge Sarah Netburn, and the parties are requesting leave to conduct 2 depositions in September. The motion to strike and the motion to intervene are still pending, and the expert discovery deadline will be extended to November 12, 2021. In my experience, anyone who thinks this case is settling anytime soon should reconsider. So, doesn't look like we are getting a speedy resolution, a speedy settlement to this. Unfortunately, Ellie down here disappointed. To be honest, I want this circus to be over. Of course, we all do. Crypto Queen XRP dismissed the case, used the grandfather clause, BTC, ETH, and XRP, and issue the clarity from this day forward. Stop playing Wild West, SEC. A lot of others in the XRP community putting in their 2 cents here as well, like Nanu Lally. The timeline of this case isn't really relevant. If you're investing for a great future and financial freedom, then time isn't really the main issue, as this case will get settled in the next few months, not years. Best things come to those who wait. So that's the other thing we have to remember. I mean, this has only been going on less than a year now, and we are looking to settle soon. And so these are, some of the things that we have to face being XRP hodlers. But you know what? We're strong, guys. And so there was also this breaking. Judge Netburn has scheduled a telephonic conference on August 31st, which is next week, to discuss the pending privilege dispute over Ripple's motion to compel and the SEC to produce discovery documents repeatedly over by the court. Call-in details not issued yet, so I will keep you guys posted on that as soon as I hear that. One thing that I found interesting was Mr. Miller's tweet here, the 31st. That's an interesting date. That's around the time my fractal says XRP might be bottoming and taking off to all-time highs. Is that a coincidence? Yes or no? So the fractal here, as you guys can see, basing in the 0.236 in around here, making our way up. The fractal made its way up to the 0.618. But on the chart here, today's chart, we can see made our way up to the 0.702. Okay, so we are taking it from this most recent decline down. 0.702 looks like we could retrace, guys, back down here under $1 and then make our way back up. And I see exactly here what Mr. Miller is seeing. So throwing the Fibonacci on this most recent downturn here, all the way to the bottom of the trough. Of course, XRP retracing to that 0.702. We are seeing a bit of a rejection. We are finding a little bit of resistance here. Now we're trading in and around the 0.5. But what he's saying is that we could go right back down to this area over here, okay, the 0.382. And that would bring XRP price just under $1 again to about 96 cents, give or take. And at that point, guys, that's going to be the point where we finally see blast off, okay? Just bringing this up again, coming back down here, and then that is the final leg up. And so if you guys have been following me for a while, you know that I've been doing this on this channel, taking this fractal pattern here from the last bull run, right before we saw that last leg up for XRP. You know, we saw something similar to this back in 2017. So taking this fractal pattern and just superimposing it here on today's charts. Now, you can see the levels here not really matching up in terms of today's chart, but you can see the pattern very, very similar. Okay, and if we take a look at this pattern, right, I'm just going to bring it down for a second. I'm going to get rid of these for a second here. You can see this pattern very, very similar. Ups, downs, and so now we've made this leg up, okay, for XRP. We're in this phase now, okay, downs, ups, before we really take off. So this is par for the course, I think. I think that this is what we are likely to see next. If I take this pattern, bring it right back up here, I'm just going to get rid of this just to get it out of the way. So you can see from the top of this trend here, now we're making our way back up to the 0.702. 702. What Mr. Miller here is saying is that we are going to get rejected right back down here, which certainly does line up with this fractal. That is the 96 cent level. So 96 cents at the 0.382, continue to move our way forward, then finally blast off. You know, the other thing that I find interesting is now we are hearing that discovery is going to end November 12th, 2021. And guys, if I bring the chart back over here and I put the cursor right over here on blast off date, November 9th, 2021, that's pretty darn close, but that's just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.